Hey guys, it's Joe here. So, I had a whole lot of fun the other week at a tournament called the Shadowverse Buddy System. The Buddy System is a tournament that takes new players and pairs them with champions, and the champions sort of get to coach them through the tournament. And Shadowverse asked me, as a relatively new player, to pair up with the Shadowverse Open champion, Noir. We had a great time together, kind of coaching before the competition. They had me on for a little interview. So what you're about to see now is sort of like a highlights compilation from what's both the interview portion, the birthday celebration portion, and of course, the tournament itself. Enjoy!
Hello everyone and welcome to a very special edition of Buddy System because it is the 4th year anniversary of Shadowverse. So let's go ahead and meet one of our very special guests joining us for this 4th year anniversary celebration. Now, you may recognize his voice. Allow me to introduce you to Joe Zieja, the voice of Rowan.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, are you excited to be a part of this?
I am excited. I've never seen, like, the intro video got me pumped.
Right?
I got a little goosebumpy there. That was cool.
So you have been a part of Shadowverse since its inception. How has being a part of the community changed you?
It's been really fun. As an actor, you never know where a project's going to go, right? Mm-hmm. So when the game first came out, I had no idea. I thought it was going to be like a one-off thing, and then it turns out it's a very, very large competitive card game that, I keep coming into the studio to add new parts to Rowan's story. I voiced a couple different cards as well. We had a good time. And then getting introduced to like the community, the players, the CyGames team, just the whole thing. It's been really, really neat, especially like I started streaming the game a couple of months ago, and now I'm kind of much more enmeshed in the community, and it's been really neat to see. This is my first sort of foray into esports in general, so it's been neat to kind of get a feel for that community. What we're looking for here is we're looking for you to be a high-pitched German who's absolutely insane. Like, that's not what was on the description. But I was like, okay, this guy looks weird. What if we did this? Can I add an accent? How about we go on up here? And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, sure. And so it became this, like, just crazy dude. And, I think that's the card people get the most excited about. Like, it'd be like, yeah, okay, you've been rowing for 4 years, whatever. Full moon, though. That's one of my most fun cards. I
just realized, Evan, we can't really cast over in too much detail because Joe's sitting right next to me.
That's true. Like, I'm trying not to. Yeah, don't tell me his hand.
We'll focus on the trash talking.
All right. I like this. I don't actually have the list of handicaps. I just know that one of the handicaps is I get to do his turn for him.
Oh my god.
And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, that is the biggest handicap of them all. Joe, for you, we have someone asking if you could call out your turns like an anime protagonist.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sure. I did a sketch all about story mode in card games. And like, it was just, like the idea that two people are like getting super anime with each other and then sitting down to play a game of cards.
Oh, you know it. That's how we go in on Uno.
All right, taking the free Evo. All right, that's good.
Ooh, nice.
Plus a little core action.
So what happens here if Potwasher loses is the question.
I don't know. We didn't come up with anything, did we?
I know.
Potwasher has to perform TikTok dances.
Oh, dang. I feel like I should throw the match just out of mercy.
I can't.
During yesterday's rehearsal, we were asking him if he knew how to throw it back.
Oh.
He doesn't. We have to teach him.
I don't know how to throw it forward.
And can I just point out, this has been very well played by Joe so far.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Me and Noir have
been
practicing.
Okay, well, Noir's, I don't know if you heard, but Noir did match up against Potwasher earlier, so you're enabling him being a traitor currently and defeating his teammate. Took off the headset. That is...
Oh, wow.
He is really going in on this.
No.
He's got like the abacus in the back, like...
Yeah, the numbers flying behind his head. Webcam just can't pick that up right now, but he's got equations flying by him.
His arm is moving faster than the camera can pick up. This is a lot of moves ending while like time is out.
I ran out of time. I should have been calculating before, but...
That's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I have discard damage, and I have...
Man, I think
plus the
it would
discard.
have been really good without the handicaps, to be honest. I think
I'm gonna use this little
it would've
raptor
been-
for it. There we go.
Little raptor.
man.
Go, Tyrannosaurus thing.
Velociraptor,
Yeah,
one of the
Velociraptor.
dinosaurs.
Whatever, you're some kind of saurus.
So can we talk about this like weirdly epic storyline of that is how Noir
No,
beat
it is
Hot Washer with Dragon the exact same way with the Tyrannosaur.
Did it really?
That was
Actually?
exactly how he
I
won
actually-
in that last
I actually
tournament
really
match.
messed
You're
that
so
up.
BM.
Wow.
You're so BM, bro.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Holy smokes.
Sorry, I need to interrupt you guys because we have something to not only celebrate the 4th year anniversary, but also Joe's victory. Dun, 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 dun. All right, Pot, blow out the candles.
I ain't blowing those out.
Pot gets to. It's
I like
Pot's.
I like my
I did.
eyebrows.
Takes
It's
this
Pot's
way.
honor. Pot, go ahead, blow out the candles. You gotta try harder. Come on. Do it again. Do it again. I know we're social distancing, but you really need to just
Just let it out.
from the chest.
Let it
From the
go.
chest.
We're 6 feet away.
Come on,
Oh, man.
Evan, you help him out. Pot, you stopped. Come on, look at this. Look at how adorable. Look how cute everyone is. There is so.
Oh!
Look how cute.
That's
Even
amazing.
LC and Vicious are on there.
It's so cute. Oh, Pot, one more. One more, Pot.
Oh, wow.
One more big breath. There you go.
Nice job.
You got it, Pot. All right, we're gonna take apart this cake shortly, but Joe, are the rest of your matches today gonna look like that game right there?
I hope so.
As we get into our second game of the day, let's see Joe taking on Snake Nade.
Oh, and it's the double Rowan leader, of course. We're seeing a double Rowan match played by the Rowan voice actor. That's a pretty incredible happening. I truly appreciate it.
Joe and Noir have to clear both of the 2-6 and 2-6 and the 6-6 in order to survive, and now we have a 50-50 situation here. Zero cost core, Dragon Oracle first. Wow.
This is an extremely close match. So 8, you can get 9. You can. So at this point, you just set up for next turn lethal, right? So you play Corrosion, right, and treat, or I guess you should have treat first. Never treat first. That's how you
draw
play
last.
this game. Draw last, of course. And now it's really up to what these Dragon Oracles and the top deck are on the side of Snake and
They
Cure
need
Mango.
2 trees. Oh, that's 1.
Oh, they were 1 play point
Oh.
off. That they had the evil point for the Cherub, but they just couldn't play the tree. That's so unfortunate. And my favorite way to lethal with the Tyrannosaurus, although it's only doing 2 damage, I still like to see it come out. And we
3
see the
damage
flex.
with the
Oh,
plesiosaur.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
yeah.
right. You're right. My apologies.
Yeah, I always forget about that.
Yeah, let's talk about how freaking close it was, because at the end they were just cycling. They're like, come on, trees, come on, that one last play point. But Joe taking the victory and doing that little victory pump after he had won. I think he's just building up the momentum. He takes down Pod, he takes the first game. Is he gonna take the whole series? He's looking very confident in that. Ooh, Tempo Storm Chair, how nice.
All right, so going back into the mulligan again. All right, we see a Valdane and some ramp in one hand already. No Natural Machina. It's a very actually weird top hand for Joe Zieja and Noir. 1 hit, right?
And the Evo, there's not enough time to evolve.
Oh no.
Oh.
So we see the Pteranodon. It's not going to be anything that's playable. And that's pretty much it. That didn't clear anything, and that means there is going to be lethal on board with Corrosion. Plus, that's a coach turn.
Yeah, so last turn we ended off with 1 play point. What you can actually do is, because you have a 0 cost Aether, and
I could have pumped it up and then played the Corrosion, right?
Yeah, you already know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kill him. Put him out of his misery.
Okay.
All right. I'm very relieved that we won because I haven't won anything in a long time, at least on Buddy System.
Well, I'm glad to break your streak.
Yeah.
That was brutal. That was brutal.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. That's actually the Dragon's Roar, the authentic dragon.
I wanted to hear what else he had to say. He's like, oh yeah, I haven't won Buddy System in a while, but oh, what a good 2-0 victory for Noir and Joe, and what a way to win it, huh? Anyone ever recognized your voice? Because you had mentioned before, like Rowan is kind of your voice, but a little bit more serious at times, but...
Like recognized for Mr. Full Moon, or like been like, are you the voice of...
For either or. for either or. Like maybe you're driving through a drive-through, order a cheeseburger, and they're like, Rowan?
I don't think
Rowan?
I don't think that's ever happened for any character I've done, which is kind of the cool part of voiceover. I call it like you can be like Disneyland famous. Like you can be well known, but not well enough that someone's gonna pick you out of the crowd in Disneyland so you can't go. So yeah, I don't think anybody's ever like recognized my voice. There have been times where like fans who know me from Shadowverse or Fire Emblem or whatever have been like, that's Joe in a McDonald's commercial. Oh, that's definitely Joe in a McDonald's commercial. And everyone gets super excited.
Let's go ahead, get into our first game. Look it. We got, so the top girl is Isabel? Is that?
Yeah.
Isabel versus Rowan. Who's your favorite in terms of these leaderboards as I allow you to take away the cast for the first semifinal?
But honestly, the dragon leader looks like Joe Zieja. I wonder if there's any sort of like, it couldn't be, right? Like it's similar looking if he put his hair directly up.
Yeah, so we can't Pele around everything basically, but this play would have given us a pretty decent chance if they didn't have Dark Mage.
They didn't invoke.
Wait a minute.
They got all the Rileys in their hand.
Oh no.
They have all 3 Rileys in their hand.
So, like that's like one thing about Dark Mage is that it actually draws a card at the end of their turn.
Oh, they could see
Oh my god. I'm definitely gonna
Dang,
look over
dude.
that game afterwards, and if they drew the last Riley off the Dark Mage, that's an absolute tragedy.
Wow.
Oh god.
Wow.
Cards being drawn. Will Joe be able to close this out with Noir with another 2-0 sweep?
Wow.
Well, that's obviously quite fortunate for them, which means they have 2 more chances now.
Let's see what we draw though. I don't think it's really gonna matter, but
I don't think it's gonna matter either. Wow. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it also denies them a target for Apex.
And it gives us the tree to start rolling, because I have a healthy amount of trees destroyed already. I think 4.
Yeah, so next turn, just use everything, play AM, yeah, and try to make the biggest board that you can.
He is thinking pretty heavily right now. All right, or I guess I should say there's Carol. There's not going to be 2 Carols, but there's one of the correct plays, and there's Apex Elemental, and that is going to be it. Spots the lethal, unnecessary Evo. Just wants to do all that extra damage, and so it looks like this game is going to tie up 1-1.
This is what matters. This decides who moves on to the finals. Will it be fans or will it be Joe?
And that's going to get into overflow, so Velociraptor will get another tree in hand. Pretty good stuff.
And this is a situation similar to what you were talking about earlier, about actually getting the ramp on 7 and then using overflow, which is a very important thing to notice, and it only can happen once per game.
2 cost roll out here. Whoa! Whoa!
I didn't realize they were already at that many. This is actually maybe not so good, because they can Riley, and then they have another Riley next turn, but just those together, if anything comes out to stop one of them, and there's one in hand that we can see, then they just don't win, right?
Oh no!
That's unfortunate. That was a tough situation. That was a very, very tough situation. Do is Evo it. First Evo point used. Weird. And that is a turn 7 lethal without Carol.
But Clash in hand, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
True. Yeah, that was a pretty good game by Fanhots and Den. Let's just say it was a pretty good game.
One thing that I always know is appreciated from the community is when they see voice actors or actors take part, in the community. You stream, you clearly play the game. I guess to the community, what would you have to say about joining them?
Thanks for having me. It's really cool. Like, actors don't get a lot of opportunity to participate in the community. Communities can be very different or nonchalant or just like not cohesive. But Shadowverse seems to be, not to say that it's a buddy system, because that's what we're doing today, but it is kind of like a buddy system. Like,
that's
everyone,
a plug.
Yeah, it's a plug. Everyone seems to know each other, and the Fire Emblem community was the same way. Like, everybody was very like welcoming and wholesome. It's been really cool. You don't know what you're gonna kind of step into as an actor anytime you're in a fan base, and so far I've been really impressed. I think. Oh wow!
I totally did.
I can't handle it. I'm sorry.
I can't. That's amazing.
I got confetti down my shirt and I got candles in my face.
What an awesome experience and what an awesome day. I really didn't expect to make it to the semifinals, and it was kind of disappointing after going back and watching the match and hearing the commentators. Boy, did I make a big mistake not dropping that Viridia Magnet and getting that ward in there. I don't know that I could have won the match, but I probably could have held out for a turn. So, you know, we all learn from mistakes, right? Thank you guys so much for joining me for the competition, for rooting me on. To see maybe if I could win some stuff. That prize money is getting 100% donated when I receive it. I'm not sure where it's going to go yet, probably to Stack Up or Able Gamers or something involved with Black Lives Matter. So keep in touch with me on my Twitter and my Twitch stream to find out where that money is going to go. And thank you guys for stopping by. I will see you next time. Roar for Dragoncraft.